So Teach has just uploaded a brand new video, and it's been a pretty crazy last 2 weeks considering Teach got perma-banned on the official servers on ARK Survival Ascended, and the brand new video is on admin abuse in ARK Survival Ascended and Evolved. How is it happening and how can we fix it? And in today's video we're going to be talking about some of the biggest points. We're also going to be reading some of the comments as well, and it is just so crazy that this stuff is still going on in ARK till this day in 2024. Now, if you do enjoy today's video, if you guys wouldn't mind dropping a like on the video and consider subscribing. If you're new around here, that would mean the world to me. And let's just jump in to this brand new video. So yes, admin abuse in ARK Survival Evolved and Ascended. Now, this has been a thing that's been going on for a very, very long time. You guys will all probably remember the T-Tribe situation, I think it was last year, and this was something that was going on with HOD, XVibo, many other YouTubers, and there was literally devs that banned them for the game from doing things that they were literally just playing the game normally. They did no cheating or anything like that, but they just managed to raid a dev space, and the admin abuse from like the Snail game side of things just wiped them off the game, and it made mainstream YouTube news. Like Asmongold was covering it, so many other massive YouTubers, and it was crazy. And then obviously nothing was done about it. Usually Wildcard mentioned something if there's been like some massive news that come up, but no, it sort of just got swept under the rug and never talked about again, which is what happens a lot in the ARK world. So now in Teach's video, he goes on about how he got banned for the rat hole, which was near a mesh hole. Now, obviously, if you can get into the mesh through a rat hole, then I understand 100% anyone doing that. I understand one point of it for getting the ban. So that's one thing I do understand. I understand there was many points in my video because I said it's pretty unfortunate to be banning someone like Teach, who's got such an influence on the game, isn't using the mesh as a as a way to raid people or anything like that. It's just accessible within the game. Like this is what shouldn't be happening in ARK Survival. Like for years, there should not be anything in the game that people can access, because then and I know it's hard to patch every single mesh hole. They've been doing it for years, but there must be a better solution, and this has been an ongoing situation ever since the early days of ARK Survival. Like I'm talking, like they brought in like a mesh reader. They brought in so many different things. They brought in the kill floors, but they were just too overpowered. ARK have been trying to sort this out for ages, and there must be a solution for it. I don't know if it's just because they haven't got the resources to be able to do it, or they just don't know how to do it. I'm sure it's a mixture of both, but it's very, very frustrating. So let's read through some of the most craziest comments. So Teach actually went on to say, "You all are amazing for the support and love you've shown me over the years. So thank you, thank you more than you can ever know. A few things for those saying that saying random insults or things like this on this video. At least watch the video before commenting, because 99% of your insults are answered in the video by me." That's another thing. I do notice that quite a lot in videos. It's like sometimes it is when you go onto someone's video. Sometimes it is useful, pretty much 100% of the time, to actually watch the video before you make your comment, because I mean I've uploaded a video saying like Unreal Engine upgrade coming to ARK, and then one of the first comments will be like, when are ARK gonna ever fix the game and make it better? And it's like, if you watch the video you'll have some news. But like, yeah, so that's very, very important. Number 2, I love this game and I will keep playing it, but I would be crazy to not want to use my voice and platform to try and make the game better for everyone. 3, I understand bans existing and dev wipes being a thing, but I think we can all agree that the code of conduct needs to be cleaned up and actual consequences need to be defined instead of each person getting different treatment depending on how that admin feels on one day. That is a crazy comment. That is literally the most crazy thing. Now, ARK is one of the biggest games in history. Now, I said the other day ARK is definitely within the top 20 biggest games in the world, and everyone was like, well, not everyone, but there was a few people that were like, Dom, how could you even say that? But the fact is, it's the biggest ever survival game, in my personal opinion. I know I've got other games like Rust and stuff, but ARK's actual IP is just, you talk about any game, like any survival game in the street, people know Rust, but everyone knows ARK. The fact that like they're their sort of team on bans is kind of like down to how an admin feels on a certain day. It's crazy. They have to follow a company code. Like, as I said, the code of conduct. They have to follow that. They can't just decide what they want to do on a certain day. That is crazy. I didn't even know that's what it was going on. And then 4, yes, I did submit 2 ban appeals. Both of them got cookie cutter responses of our ban team does extensive research to make sure bans are correct. To me, this does not seem like a reasonable response to me asking for a reason and information on why. Now, sadly, when things become corporate, this is what happens. I mean, I'm currently dealing with a very stressful situation to do with a certain contract that I've been in for years, and I'm gonna be finally escaping on October. Which is amazing. But this is what happens when it gets corporate. So I get 1-day responses. So I'll send an email, won't get a response till the next day at like whatever time in the morning, early hours of the morning. And then it will just be, it will just completely ignore everything that I've asked for information on this. It will just be, our team are looking into this. Please try again. Like, speaking to me like a robot. Like, it's crazy that these sort of things can happen. But unfortunately, that's what happens when you know, a great idea turns too corporate. But anyway, then someone said, if admins are selling stuff for real money, they should be fired, period. Now, this is a crazy other thing I heard in this video, is the fact that admins apparently have been selling stuff in the game. Now, something else that I've heard for many years, apparently the concept is called pocket devs. Now, pocket devs, there's a comment here saying pocket devs is not new. I got globally banned for a built broodmother chitin farm box that was way back when the game just released. The thing is, one guy in the group was helping me build the farm box with metal since boss can destroy stone. Didn't like how I was telling people do not build on the top of the volcano top, since back in the day this was the best spot for metal. Well, that is a throwback. The next day, a random dev showed up without a warning, just banned me and dev wiped my base. And then when I got on a different account, that guy bragging about his best friend is a dev, so he got me banned without any effort. Stop playing official since. I like you, Teach. I love this game, and that's why I keep playing on a private server for years, close to 13k hours. ARK is fun, but this is just crazy. And yeah, unfortunately, that is the case in a lot of things. I mean, I personally have been someone that avoided official. Like, I played official when I was a kid, so sort of like 16, 17, 18 years old. I loved it, but it got too much for me, especially when I got someone like got it under my base, under my tribe's base, and just like, yeah, I just gave up after that. But I have played Unofficial ever since, and I love it. And this is what many people, that's why there's so many people playing ARK Survival Evolved, because just the fact of playing ARK Survival Evolved, or even Ascended, and just enjoying it with your friends on an unofficial server is so good. But nothing, but like, the official server idea is amazing. It's so addictive, and that's why so many people have been hooked on ARK for many years, because it's so fun. But the problems that, you know, consist of meshing, dev wipes, everything like that has just been a major problem. Now, I don't want this video to come across as I'm literally just hating on all the devs, because I have to admit, over the years, you know, one, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for ARK, so I will always be grateful for ARK and the devs that created this game, because you know, if it wasn't for them, I would not have been able to do this for a job. I would not have been able to live a lifestyle that I love, and I'm so grateful for that. But obviously, I've not just always been one of those people that just sort of sit back and just be like, yeah, this is amazing, this is so great. And I'm gonna say it, there are many ARK YouTubers out there that do that. They want the free plushies, they want the free toys and things like that. I want that stuff too, but unfortunately, with me being sort of a bit too, like, I sort of talk about big situations in the community, some of the devs may not like it. I do know that I've been great friends with so many of the devs in the past, and I know a lot of them know that I mean so well when it comes to this game. Like, generally, Cedric, as I've always mentioned in every video, he has been such a good friend to me over the years. helped me, sort of told me different things about my videos, watched my videos in the early days, and yeah, absolutely love him. Doesn't have a bad bone in his body. Absolutely amazing guy. A few other devs over the years. I do miss Jen. She was another community manager. But sadly, just of the last sort of couple of months, maybe since Ascended launched, I don't know, I've sort of not had that same connection with the devs, and I've just kind of noticed more sort of negativeness towards, I don't know, just it feels like things have changed. It doesn't feel like it's for the best at the moment. And don't get me wrong, I actually really like Dolly. I know Dolly gets a lot of hate and stuff, and I do actually really like Dolly. I know Dolly means well. Do I feel like some of the things that Dolly says are a bit controversial sometimes? 100%. I'll agree that. But personally, I actually think she's a lovely person. And she, again, is someone that wouldn't harm someone. Like, so there are many, many devs in the ARK community that are great and they mean well. But then I do know there is some form of corruption that has been involved over the years. So yeah, that's pretty much my take on the whole situation. I do feel like this needs to get looked into. The code of conduct needs to get looked into massively for ARK, because this can't go on. And there needs to be a strong, ban. What's the word that I'm using for there? Obviously, that there needs to be banning in the game. You need to get rid of the cheaters 100%, and they need to be strict. But they have to be strict in the right way about it, not just, as Teach said in the video, whatever the admin feels like on that day, because that's just so totally wrong. But I'm going to leave you guys with that now. That's pretty much the whole video. I feel like I got my point across, and I hope my point was fair. Also, if any ARK devs ever watch these videos, I know you have done over the years, but if you ever don't agree with something that I say, or you know, anything that you want to talk about, feel free to drop me a DM, because as I've always said, I've always wanted the best for this game. I have obviously I was a bit frustrated with ARK in the early days of Ascended. Very excited for Aberration. I don't just make videos on this because I don't like the game. Yes, I took a little bit of a break this year because I needed to from creating ARK content, but I love it. I always will have the same love, and that will never change, but I just want to see this game succeed like it really deserves to. So anyway, thank you for watching, guys. Leave a like, subscribe, and I'll catch you in my next video very soon. See you guys then.